So I want you guys to look at my shirt and guess what this video will be about. You got Johnny Quest. So you'd think my video would be about Johnny Quest, right? Wrong! Today I will be doing my top 5 Scooby-Doo movies as requested by this guy. So please stay tuned. Number 5 we got Hello, right? It's got a Scott Innes signature on my copy, so right? I got to meet him last month. It was so amazing, and I'll never stop talking about it as long as I live. Yeah, so pretty cool. Honestly, Cyberchase feels like an entire love letter to the whole franchise. I love it because it depicts the gang as an older version of themselves, and it takes them on a trip through nostalgia. Um, they go through the video game. Spoilers, I guess. And that final level, man, it is great. You get to see the gang in their classic attire. So you got Velma, Freddy, and Daphne in their 1969 outfits, and then Shaggy's in his red shirt, which there's something really endearing about that red shirt, and I don't know why. And I love Scooby's red collar. That didn't originate from anywhere, but Scooby's design has it's remained consistent throughout that time period and now, because it never changes. Scooby's look does not change. So yeah, I really love that movie, and I love the the monsters coming back. That's awesome. You got the Creeper, Jaguaro, Old Iron Face, Gator Ghoul, and the Tar Monster. So I love it when the movies, they take inspiration from the classic Scooby-Doo. Even the whole theme park, you can tell, was based heavily upon the entire show. You think just Funland, which, yeah, that definitely had some inspiration, but there's also a little wax museum that could have been based on the wax museum episode with the wax phantom. So I just love it. It's just a blast. And I love that chase song. That double double joint is what it's called. Okay, that's enough. I'm sorry.
Number 4, Waggy.
Oh, pretty cool. Yep, so up next is Loch Ness Monster. I really love that movie. It's part of the early What's New era. I really love that era of Scooby Doo, and I love this movie because it really gives me a cozy vibe. I love that castle, and I just love it. I love the storm. I love the scene where Shaggy and Scooby don't want to eat that. I forget what it is. I think it's like lamb gut or something. Maybe, I don't know, something you don't want to eat is my point. So yeah, I love the chase scene, the music, Brothers Forever. I mean, everybody knows about that chase scene. It's great. You got the dragon chasing it, and it syncs perfectly. Like the lyrics sync with what's happening on the screen, so it's absolutely great. Great movie. Of course, they go underwater, and that's great. It's just a good movie. It's a good time.
Right? Yeah.
So up next we got Scoob, and man, I could go on and on and on and on and on about this movie because I remember being so anticipated for it. What, all the way back in, I want to say 2017 when it was rumored or announced. I think back then it was S.C, like Scoob with the dots in between each letter. It was gonna be like some kind of abbreviation, but then they just turned it into Scoob. And I know I saw the trailer in 2019. I was so excited to see Scooby Doo in that 3D animation and how faithful it looked to the show, but so, you know, new at the same time. It was great. Super nostalgic already for what, it's only 2 years old, almost three in what, 6 months. So yeah, this will be a special movie to me. It probably always will be. Of course, I love the inclusion of all the Hanna-Barbera characters. They included basically all my favorite ones. You got Dastardly and Muttley. I was so happy to see them again because I grew up watching Wacky Races. So I love that. I love hearing his laugh. It's the movie plays with your emotions a little bit too. That scene. Spoilers. There'll probably just be spoilers in the rest of this movie or this video. Okay, it's not like you guys haven't seen them. The part where Shaggy quote unquote dies. That got to me quite a bit, you know, and it was supposed to, and it. I can't remember if I cried or not, but boy, I think I might have. It was just amazing. I really wish it could have came out in theaters because that would have been the first Scooby movie in theaters since 2004, and I would have been only 2 years old. I'd have been a wee little dude. So that'd have been great, but you know what? For what we got, in that horrible time we were living in, it was great.
Wow. Number two.
Yep, so we got Alien Invaders. Let's see this guy in his signature. He signed all of mine, by the way, that he was in. His 4 animated movies. I got those signed. So that's awesome. Um, Man, where do I begin with Alien Invader? Just like Scoob, I could go on and on and on and on and on about this movie. It's got a great soundtrack. I love the rendition of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You by Jennifer Love Hewitt, of all people. She did great. I loved her. It's one of my favorite renditions of that song, and there's, what, 50 million of them now? So, yeah, great stuff there. How could I not talk about the love interests, Crystal and Amber? Man, they are perfect for Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. I don't know how they could have. I don't think they could have written more perfect characters for Shaggy and Scooby. They just fit them both so well. And for such a little amount of time we get to see them, a lot of care went into them. And the voice acting, Mark Hamill's in this one. Again, he kind of like how he was in Zombie Island, so that's great. The aliens are funny. And then, of course, you got the real aliens, which are Crystal and Amber all along. And the song, How Groovy, just us two, so groovy.
Don't forget Scooby-Doo.
Got to hear Scott Innes sing that. I really wish I would have filmed that. That was awesome. It was so fun just hearing that in person. That whole experience was just surreal. Yeah, you can't not talk about that song when you're talking about this movie. It's great. Um, oh, what else? That really sad ending. Shag and Scoob are sad because Amber and Crystal had to go back to Spacey, and they cheered up in an instant when they got some Scooby snacks. So happy ending. They got over it. I think it's a lesson for all of us.
Number one.
Man, what is it with these, first or these last three movies that I could just go on and on and on and on and on about all day? Monsters Unleashed is probably going to always be my favorite Scooby film for so many reasons that I couldn't even fit into one video. This movie has it all. It's got, the classic monsters that Cyberchase had, has a great soundtrack like Alien Invaders had. It has great characters and great, I guess, heart like Scoob does. And it's just great. Just a great movie. The faux ghost is great. Thank you for letting me be myself. Great. And the Buff Shaggy scene, that's just meme gold. You've struck meme gold when you watch that. Classic monsters running around, chasing the gang. Shaggy and Scooby wanting to live up to the rest of Mystery Inc. by being heroes. They feel out of place because, they're goofy the way they are. I can relate to that so much in so many different scenarios because I don't feel. A lot of times I find myself not feeling useful, but I do what I do, and that makes people happy, and it just shows, that we all have a purpose. God gave us a purpose, and I love that about that movie. So, yep, that's my top 5 Scooby-Doo movies. Thank you for requesting it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.